Coming up on today's episode of Pixel.info, find out how to make dubstep anywhere, even on your iPhone. Hey, what's up? Welcome to Pixel.info, the show that teaches you about audio, video, and web. I hope you guys like dubstep because today we're going to show you how to make that infamous dubstep wobble bass sound using just your iPhone and Nano Studio. Let's check it out.
Yes, it's a computer, and it has a hobby too, composing music. Peter helps with the ideas, but the actual performance is all Digital's work.
Nano Studio is definitely the best app on the iPhone that lets you make complex arrangements in sounds. And for a pretty low price, you can download it off the App Store. Today we're going to build that dubstep bass sound from scratch. And we're going to build it from scratch because we've all heard that preset that comes with Nano Studio. And it's definitely overplayed, and you should really start making your own custom patches. So, here's how.
Alright, so in this tutorial I'm going to be using Nano Studio, the iPad version, running on the desktop for presentation purposes. So if you're using the iPhone, the buttons are a little bit different, but they do the same stuff. So if you follow along, you'll most likely get similar results. So let's check out the sound. Alright, so this is the sound we're gonna make. And it's a really raspy type of bass that I think would work pretty well with the dubstep tune you might be working on. So here's how to make that type of sound in Nano Studio. First, let's pick a blank instrument and select the Eden synth. Okay, next we want to set the bank to global C and pick a blank preset. And by default, Nano Studio sets up the oscillators to the saws. But I found if you combine the Vox A with the Harps, you'll get a pretty cool raspy sound. There we go. There we go. Alright, we want to bring down the transpose so we can work in a lower octave. Okay, and next we're going to bring down the amount of filter envelope. And that kind of reduces the raspiness, but we're going to bring it back with the wobbliness. So next I'm going to bring down the polyphony down to 1 so I can glide between the notes. And if you like, you could bring up the pitch bend, if you like to play with that, to bring it up an octave. Pretty good. And the next thing really shapes the sound. So if you choose the 4th LFO, and change the shape to a sine wave, listen to what happens when you bring up the amount. Wah, wah, wah. You get the wobble. Alrighty. So the rate affects how fast it wobbles, and I like to keep that synced to the beat. And you can change this rate, but I like to keep it on the 16th note. And when I'm recording, you can automate it with the XYPad. Alrighty. So next, we want to bring out some of the punchiness and crunchiness in the sound, so we can apply a little bit of distortion with the Waveshaper. So here I'm going to change the setting to hard, bring down the drive, bring up the contour, and bring down the levels. And of course here, you want to apply some of your own settings to get the kind of unique sound you want. So next I'm going to apply some more effects to the channel in the mixer. So here I am in the mixer, I'm going to pick the channel, and now I'm going to assign an EQ. And with the EQ, I'm going to bring up the gain in the lows. I'm going to bring up the gain in the mids and widen it a bit. Next, I'll bring up the highs. Alrighty. And for one last thing, I'll apply a compressor. Okay, let's hear what this sounds like. I'm going to play with my MIDI keyboard and the XYPad. The next thing we probably want to do is save this, so we can hit the right button, and we can also rename it. And let's change the name to something more fitting. How about Wobble Bass? Here we go. And you hit the right button, and there you go. We got the Wobble Bass. Alright guys, have fun.
We can build up any sound we can possibly imagine almost. We spend quite a lot of time trying to invent new sounds, and sounds that don't exist already, sounds that can't be produced by musical instruments.
Alright, and there you have it. That's how to make the dubstep wobbly bass sound on your iPhone using Nano Studio. Definitely check out the full track on my SoundCloud page. And if you want to hang out on the weekdays, you can find me on turntable.fm, where I play some of my own tunes. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube. We'll see you guys next week, where I show you how to make some other cool sounds. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.